Just before we start the video, massive spoiler warning for The Last of Us Part 2. If you haven't played this yet, I would highly suggest doing so. In my opinion, this game is a one-in-a-lifetime experience, and you really should go out and get it and play it. Because if you don't, you're really missing out. It's really something special. Whether you love it or hate it, it's gonna be engraved in your memory for a long time. So go out, get it, play it, come back to this video, and then watch.
TV from infinite universes, look!
Personally, I think there are subjective sides to reviewing a video game, but I also think there are objective sides. And a lot of people are purely focusing on the subjective side of this video game. A lot of people project their own themes onto this story without taking into account the director's vision. In terms of story, I like to review a game, book, TV show, movie, by the director's vision of the story. What he or she set out to make. I think a lot of people are projecting their own themes onto this story. How they perceive the game. Which I think is great. I think you should do that with all kinds of art. But not when it comes to critically reviewing a video game. A lot of people get clouded by a certain aspect of the story. Something that happens that really pisses them off. For example, a lot of people hate the fact that Joel dies. Or not the fact that Joel died, but the circumstances that came to that point. With Joel being kinda dumb, he goes from this very on-edge person, which is kind of putting it lightly, but this very on-edge person in the first game to kind of the complete opposite. But I don't think it's that bad. I don't think you should hate the game for it. To be honest, the story that Neil Druckmann wanted to tell, with the cycles of violence going on in this specific world, which in this story is told from the perspective of revenge. People who are revengeful, I think is done pretty well. And I think using Joel to push that narrative forward and propel Ellie into this world of violence, basically, is pretty fucking good. Do I think they could have done it better? Yes. It was kind of rushed considering it happened within the first 2-3 hours of the game. But I don't think him dying was really that bad. I think it was actually a pretty good choice. I just wish that they gave maybe like a couple more hours of gameplay with Joel and Ellie, their relationship, and kind of build more on that. But I don't think you should hate the game just because of that one scene, because of that one story beat. Personally, I think there are some really good story aspects. I think turning Ellie into this bloodthirsty killer was kinda genius. It kind of reminded me a lot of the Joker, and how he thinks that one really bad day can just make you snap. Cause that's kinda what happened. Ellie fucking snapped. She went full fucking John Wick. Like, she's slaughtering people left and right. Like, she is insane in this game. One other thing that I like is that Abby's father was the surgeon that Joel killed. I thought that tied in pretty nicely to the cycle of violence that Neil Druckmann was talking about. Because Ellie and Abby literally have the same motivation, and that's to avenge their father's killer. To be honest, I was kind of expecting Lev to kill Ellie at the end, considering Abby is kind of her adoptive mother now, with Joel killing Abby's father, with Abby killing Joel, therefore Ellie killing Abby, therefore Lev killing Ellie. I thought that would be pretty good, but I get why they didn't do it, because Ellie is such a beloved character, and they probably want to make a third game, which just can't be done without Ellie. Like, there is no Last of Us without Ellie. But going back to the ending, when she lets Abby go, a lot of people hated this, with a lot of people comparing it to God of War, where if Kratos slayed all these fucking gods and then got to Zeus, was about to kill him, and then just thought, nah, I'ma head out. But I didn't mind the ending. I thought it was decent. It kind of works with Ellie breaking the cycle of violence that the whole Last of Us Part 2 game is centered around. I think it's fine. Would it have been satisfying to cave Abby's head in? Yeah, it fucking would've. And it would've worked too, with the cycle of violence. She goes and kills Abby, and then someone goes and kills her, and then someone goes and kills her killer, blah blah blah, on and on and on. But I can appreciate this ending, with Ellie being torn down, literally and figuratively, to the point where she's just like, fuck it, I've had enough. And to be honest, by the end of the game, it's so goddamn brutal every aspect of the game is so fucking miserable that the player, well, I don't know about you guys, but me, I was like, fuck it, I've had enough, just let her go, or finish her off, I don't give a fuck. I was just emotionally exhausted. I also like how she leaves Dina, because it opens up a debate on whether she should have stayed or she should have left. I was fucking yelling at the TV, just saying let it go, let it the fuck go. You have a kid, you have a wife, girlfriend, which I think is pretty cool how it works that emotion up in you. I also love how bleak it is, and how characters literally die right in front of you and you get no time to breathe, no time to even comprehend what just fucking happened. Such as Jesse, who just comes running out and then bam, he's shot in the fucking face and you see everything. This is very different to the first game, where every character that dies goes out in a very big way, with Joel's daughter being shot and Joel crying over her dead body, with Tess holding the soldiers off to give Joel and Ellie time to escape, with Sam being bitten and Henry blowing his fucking brains out after shooting his brother, and Marlene literally on the ground begging Joel not to kill her. All the deaths in part 1 are very big story moments, where in part 2, it just happens. And I kinda love that. Now on to the things that I didn't exactly like. I thought they could have cut out the whole Lev storyline, as well as make the chunk of the game where you play as Abby a bit shorter. It kind of annoys me too, how they gave all the best gameplay moments to Abby. Like as Ellie, you're just versing the wolves and occasionally the scars and infected. Standard infected. But as Abby, you get to verse these Resident Evil looking monsters, as well as ride a horse through a burning town while shooting wolves and scars. That's pretty sick. Then again, there is that very Uncharted-like scene where you're shooting out of the back of the car whilst Jesse's driving. That's pretty cool, but overall, Abby just gets better gameplay. I also feel the game kind of failed in getting you to like Abby, as well as her friends, because if I'm being honest, a lot of her friends, they're kind of shitbags. I mean, Owen willingly cheats on his pregnant girlfriend. The Spanish character that looks like Neil Druckmann, his only defining trait is that he has a lot of sex with a lot of women. And if that's your only trait, it's kinda unlikable. Yeah, you could say he's loyal, he's a loyal friend, but when he died, I really didn't feel much, except for shock, you know, because you see his face get blown out. But other than that, 5 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care. And then Mel is just kind of boring. There's nothing really to her character. She's kind of just there to be pregnant and be a part of this love triangle. But compared to the rest of the game, you don't exactly spend that much time with these characters, so it's bearable. In conclusion, I liked it. I did. I really liked this game. I thought the combat was really fucking good. The way you have to escape by the skin of your teeth is really fucking sick. The story has its flaws, but overall, I think it gets the job done. Some of the characters could have been written better. I think Neil Druckmann and I think it's Haley Gross, could have found a different way to get Joel to the cabin without kind of undermining his character. I really liked Ellie and Dina's relationship. I liked Jesse. I thought he was very likable. And you could definitely buy their friendship. And I'm not gonna lie, I almost cried. I don't cry a lot, but I almost cried when he died. I had to fucking pause the game and walk away for a bit just to comprehend what happened. I think people gotta judge this for a game, for the technical aspects of it, and not just because they disagree with something that happened in the story. But yeah, I liked it. Would I buy the third game if they make a part 3? Yeah, of course I would. I'm a big fan of the first game, and I really like the second one, although it's got its flaws. If I had to give it a rating, I'd say 9 out of 10. Although it's got its problems, I really like it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See ya.